Hey everybody, we are in the bee yard. It is almost April, but we're gonna get snow tonight, and it's kind of crazy. I installed some bee packages a few days ago, and I'm going to check to see if the queen has been released from the queen cage. The way it happens is that there's a sugar tunnel, and the worker bees are going to dig through that sugar and release the queen. I'm gonna check on them now because the next 2 days, it's supposed to be below freezing, very cold. The queen cage is on top of the super, and if she's not released, I'm going to dig out a tunnel with these tweezers here and let her back into the hive, because if it gets so cold tonight, she might actually freeze to death. So let's check out to see if the worker bees have release the queen or not, and if not, we're gonna let her go because I don't want her to freeze. So this is going to be a very quick inspection. Again, I'm not even wearing any safety gear because it's so cold, and I want to do this very quickly. I'm going to take the queen cage out, see if the queen's gone. If she's gone, I'm assuming she's down in the hive. If she isn't, like I said, I'm going to dig a tunnel and I'm going to let her in the hive so she doesn't freeze to death. There is a bee inside of there. I can't tell just yet if that's a queen or not. So there is a bee in there. I don't know if that's a queen or not. They did burrow through the tunnel. This was a sugar tunnel, so they did eat through that, but the problem is I don't know if that's a queen bee. I can't really tell because there's some sugar on top. So let's take a closer look. I'm hoping this is not my queen. If it is, I have a queenless hive and it's about to freeze tonight. Okay, this is good news. These bees are dead, but they're not the queen. So I'm going to assume that the queen is inside the hive right now. Again, I'm not going to check because it's pretty cold. But hive number 1, the queen has been released. So that is good news. Let's check out hive number 2. There are so many bees inside this queen cage, which is good because that tells me that the queen was released. She could still be in there, but there's literally probably 15 bees inside that tunnel. So I'm going to put this back. She has been released as well, so this is good news. The queen's still in that queen cage. And look at this, people. That's a lot of bees. That's a lot of bees. The queen is in here somewhere. Well, she's in the hive somewhere. That was a very quick inspection just to see if the queens were released, and it looks like they were. Again, I don't like to inspect my hives when it's cold weather and it's going to snow, but making sure my queen was safe was more important than the low temperatures. and I had to, because if it freezes overnight tonight, it may snow several inches. The rest of the bees may abandon the queen and just go inside and cluster without her. So I had to make sure she was safe. So this was just a quick little bee video. I'm hoping it's going to be a great bee season. Thanks for watching, and if you got any questions, comments, if you want to tell me how you do things as a beekeeper, I'd love to hear. Until next time.